Welcome, welcome to Honeytree. We are so glad you are part of our team. Honeytree Preschool and Childcare is committed to providing superior quality, safety, and program for our children, as well as unparalleled customer service in all aspects of our business. We believe each employee contributes to the success and growth of our organization. You will have already read these: your employee handbook, specific policies and procedures, and our parent handbook. Today you will begin filling in your new staff checklist. Here's a picture to the right. Please note, we are not only teaching the children, we are learning too. It may take you up to a year to complete your training. This checklist will help you stay on track. State regulations are our guide. This is an inspection form. In this video, we will go over each area applicable to you. Administration. Much of administration is up to the director and owner. However, it is important for you know what to expect from us. New staff orientation checklist. You already got that today. Annual staff policy trainings. Policies regarding discipline, supervision, child protection, general operating procedures, personnel policies, as well as closing and other policies. Many items need to be posted for licensing. These are some of them. Additionally, you will want to know where to locate all of these things in your classroom. The first aid kit, the daily schedule, where we keep our parent contacts, special instructions for the children or the classroom, and any forms that will need to be completed throughout the day, the telephone and emergency contact numbers, our evacuation procedures, as well as you'll have to know which children have allergies, where the emergency medication is and where the paperwork is, our cleaning supplies and other supplies for the classroom, and our fire extinguisher and emergency exits. Your staff file has to be complete. These are some of the things that will need to be in your file. This is what we require from you. Your physical within the last 2 years, your TB test within the last 12 months, and your fingerprints and background checks. We will provide for you CPR and first aid training and professional development opportunities. It will be your responsibility to achieve the required hours and to document those in your file. Ratios and group size. Children under 3 require a 4-to-1 ratio, 4 children per teacher, and they can be in a maximum group size of 8. Children over 3 have a 10-to-1 ratio, 10 children per teacher, with a maximum group size of 20. Physical plan is the overall safety and wellness of the school setting. There are 41 different items in this section. You will need to be aware of several. Working exits and hallways cannot be blocked. Walls, ceilings, floors, and rugs must be in good repair. Rugs must be secure. Emergency numbers must be posted. All hazardous materials must be locked up. You may have one cleaner in the classroom, but it must be completely out of reach of the children. The trash is disposed of daily and more often if needed. Pets have and are following a care plan with regard to feeding and cleaning. Equipment and toys are safe, clean, non-toxic, and in good repair. That there is a cot that is well maintained for each child, that clothing and bedding is stored individually, and that everybody washes their hands after toileting, staff and children included. Importantly, there are no weapons permitted on the premises. Medication administration is something you will need to be trained in. You may not administer medication until you are trained. It is important, however, to know who is trained, who may need medication and why, and where the medication can be found. Classrooms for children under 3. There are 31 items in this section. You will need to be aware of several. Some pertain to the 3s and older, and I will point those out as well. We have already discussed ratio and group size. Do you remember? It's a 4-to-1 ratio with a max group size of 8 for children under 3, and a 10-to-1 ratio with a max group size of 20 for children 3 and over. Refrigerator requirements in all rooms. Everything in fridge must be labeled and have a lid on it. Anything that touches a child's lip must not return to the fridge. When feeding a child, portion out the food. If you've put a spoon in it, it needs to be tossed. Fridge must be clean and inaccessible to the children. Lock it after use. And make sure that there is a thermometer in each refrigerator. Classroom requirements. Make sure that the toys are in good repair. High chairs are stable and have straps and locking trays. Trash can is covered and emptied daily, more if needed. Everything is labeled and stored in bins or cubbies. No toys less than 1 1/4 inch in diameter for children in the infant classroom. Plastic bags, balloons, or styrofoam must be inaccessible to the children. Children's schedules should be followed. Feeding and sleep schedules are provided from the parents and must be posted in the classroom. Cleaning schedule must be followed. Sweep, mop, tidy, wash, sanitize toys, and dispose of trash daily. See the cleaning log. Changing table requirements and toileting children. Everything must be labeled. Wipes, diapers, clothing, lotions, and powders. Nothing may be placed on the changing table that is not used for diapering. Nothing. Remind the parents of this. Lotions, powders must be out of reach of children. Know the diaper changing procedure. There is a copy in your policy and procedure handbook, and it must be posted near the changing table. Do not leave the child unattended on the changing table for a second. A good rule is to always have your body against the table. Know the hand washing procedure. It too is in your book and posted. Toileting children and staff assisting must wash their hands. We do not use potty chairs at Honeytree. Accidents happen when potty training. Follow diaper changing procedure and sanitize location of accident. Sleeping requirements. Cots and cribs must be provided for each child. Children under 12 months are placed on their back for sleeping. Only a receiving blanket and pacifier may accompany a child under 12 months in his or her crib. Nothing else. Pacifiers are not to be on a string while child is in the crib. Sheets in the crib must fit properly, no gaps or wrinkles. No child may sleep in a swing, bouncy chair, etc. without a note from the child's pediatrician. Cots and cribs must be cleaned and sanitized daily. Feeding requirements. Every child's food, milk, must be labeled. Be aware of food allergies and food sensitivities. Follow child's feeding schedule. Again, this will be provided to you from the parents. Children under 12 months must be held for bottle feedings, even if he or she can hold his own bottle. Jar food must be served from a dish, or the entire jar must be used. Any unused portion, if you are feeding from a jar, must be disposed. Children may not share food. All unused liquids must be discarded. All used bottles must be sent home daily. Other things that you should know. Honey Tree is a nut-free environment. All food brought from home will not have nuts in it. This includes you. Daily sheets are required to be completed in the infant classroom. Diapers are changed as needed, checked at least every 2 hours, and noted on their daily sheet. Toileting is as needed and prompted often by the teachers. Toys in any classroom that have been mouthed by a child or touched before a child washes his or her hands must be placed in a bin until you are able to wash and sanitize them. Plain milk bottles, not breast milk, and food may be warmed in the microwave unless the parent indicates otherwise. Water is then microwaved and bottle is warmed in that hot water. Linens are sent home weekly and whenever soiled. A How's My Kid report must be completed daily and should include a photo and details on food consumption, naps, overall behavior, please be positive, notice for parents, etc. Antidotes are very appropriate here. For example, Johnny enjoyed creating a village with Claire today. Their imagination astounds me. Outdoor time. The ratios on the playground are the same as they are inside. First aid kit is on the playground. Please be sure it is in there and checked frequently. All equipment must be in good repair and safe. It is your responsibility to check these things as often as you are outside. Children under 3 must be on their own side of the playground. Sunscreen must be applied if the parents provide it. Water must be available to the children at all times. Please note, children must have a balance of play and quiet time daily. Children must never be left alone for any reason. 2 staff should be present at all times during hours of operation and if a child is late. If a parent comes late, 2 staff must be present when the child's parent arrives. At least 1 person in attendance must have CPR first aid. If a child in attendance requires medication, 1 person in attendance must have medication administration training. Ratios must be held for the youngest child in attendance. If a child under the age of 3 is in a group, the maximum group size will be 8 and there must be a 4-to-1 ratio. If all children are asleep, 1 staff in the classroom is fine, but the school must have a person ready to hop into the numbers if a child wakes up. When you have questions, consult a teammate, the director, myself, or feel free to visit the National Association for the Education of Young Children website and review the Ethics in Early Learning. That's it.